Transformation in 3, 2, 1.
Hi everybody, welcome in, welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. If you're a returning gazer, hi guys. I hope you're doing well. If you're new here, welcome in, welcome in. This is going to be a reading for the collective, for whoever, whenever, wherever. I've done most of the sign readings are already posted. I still have to do Aquarius and Pisces, but I haven't forgotten you. You are coming up, so keep an eye out for those in the next few days, and take a look for your sign, sun, moon, and rising. If they're already published, there might be messages in there for you. But for today, ancestors, spirits, guides, what messages do you have for the collective? What do we need to know for today? Ooh, the Magician. 3 came out. The Magician, the Knight of Swords, 7 of Pentacles in reverse. Now we get the King of Swords, 3 of Chalices, the Tower. Let me just straighten everybody up here. It's like messages are coming through about maybe like a halt at work. Hold on one second. Let's get the Star in the reverse. 5 of Pentacles. The Hermit coming out. In the end, so it's really interesting because we're kind of starting with some Virgo energy. It's Mercurial energy, the Magician, Aries, Gemini, and Virgo, right? Aries isn't Mercurial, but it talks about that action, like taking action, that manifestation, that spark, right? Knowing what to do with it and that magic, right? And then we're ending with the Hermit, or like the outcome card is the Hermit, taking that time for ourselves. And it's really interesting too is when I opened this deck, there was a Portal Oracle card in it, which was Rest. Right, so we might need to be taking some rest. We have the Knight of Chalices in the reverse, as the overarching energy. This is energy that this is someone taking action that could have been hurtful or manipulative in the emotional realm, right? That's kind of like what's hanging over this. The Magician. Let's start here. The manifestation, right? Having all the resources and power to be able to manifest the thing that you want to be manifested, right? Coming out over the King of Swords, a decision is being made. There is this idea of, and it's logical, right? There is this idea of, somebody trying to force something that wasn't supposed to be forced, maybe, right? And the Star energy, it didn't really work out the way that they wanted. I keep seeing this like the genie in the lamp, and then they're trying to like make the wish, and it keeps coming up this like very awkward thing or strange thing because the intention behind the manifestation isn't pure, right? So there's this idea of something not coming to fruition in the way that it was intended, but that's okay because maybe the intention wasn't on the up and up, right? We have the Knight of Swords right here. And look at this, she's sad, like messages coming through. She's received a message. This talks about taking action based on information, right? The Knight of Swords is smart. He's very quick. He's the fastest knight in the deck, but he's also kind of abrupt, right? And these things have to do with communication. It has to do with talking. It's almost like, woof, as that comes down, it lands on the 3 of Chalices. There could be 3 people involved. It could have to do with friends. It could have to do with some sort of reunion. My son's phone just beeped, so we're going to call that a confirmation. Okay, because his phone was plugged into my charger over here, and I had to put it on the counter. And, yeah, random. So, keep that in mind, right? This has to do with a group of people, a reunion of people coming back together. And they could be friends, right? This is the 3 of Cups. Look at them dancing around the fire. And again, like, what are they manifesting? What's going on here? There's this idea of maybe something or someone being left out in the cold. Okay? Like, I heard not invited. So we'll see, we'll get some clarifiers on these, but what this has done is coming up in the future, if you haven't gotten there yet, this is where this is going. Halt on work, right? A loss of patience, no longer investing in something, and that becomes very shocking, right? It's like there's the Tower here. And see how she's red and the whole background is blue? It's this like, what? And is that a good or a bad thing? I think in this case, it might be a good thing because now you are able to, I heard, rest on your laurels, really take that break of introspection, that really time out. She's taking a bath right now. in this, and at the same, it's like she's got her finger on the book. Did you guys ever watch that movie, My Stepmother's an Alien? When you were a kid, it had like Dan Aykroyd and Kim Basinger in it, and like she would put her arm in the book and read it that way, right? Through like diffusion or osmosis or something like that. She would just absorb the information, and it feels like that's kind of what's happening here, is that when you're taking this time out, you're able to take in the information. Things are going to be coming to you in that clarity of thought, in that peacefulness, and you're able to really take a deep dive look in, and see, what the real was, what the real is. Let's get some, and again, like the idea of doing it kind of on your own. The Hermit has been coming out a lot. There could be someone of Virgo, sun, moon, or rising, earth energy here, that's a factor or helping you along, or it's telling you to embody that that analytical, logical energy, right? That archetype. And that not just the ability to be alone with your thoughts, but that like enjoyment of it, and the knowing that the fruitfulness that comes from it. Let's find out where this all began here. What is this Magician? What is this Magician doing? Spirit, that wasn't the one. That's the one. Ace of Wands in reverse. It feels like taking someone's power away. Taking their excitement, but again, it's like taking the zip out of the zipper, right? It's taking the zest out of the zest sauce, whatever it might be for you, right? There's like this this feeling, and it could be again because someone's intentions weren't pure or clean, or maybe they were manipulating the situation emotionally, and what that did was it like disempowered either them or this. I feel like this is like a real manipulative energy here. It could be that you were trying to manifest something, and there was another side of, or another group, or take it how it resonates, right? Whatever it was, it kind of like takes that wand away. It kind of takes that power away, or the power has been taken away from them. This King of Swords energy here. Look, it's like a boardroom, and these are the facts. This is how it works, right? Logical, analytical, and decisive. That's what's happening here, right? Measuring those things out. What is the King of Swords in this air sign energy? Wow, I always leave this in there, and we're going to take it. We're going to read it, especially since what flipped up on the bottom is the Ten of Swords in the reverse here. This card is the little extra card that comes in the deck, and it says, unlock the sacred mysteries of tarot. And it feels like through analysis, through information, you could be having to, or have to reach out to someone in charge, someone with the facts, someone with the authority to be able to make these decisive decisions, to be able to analyze what's happening, really look at it and find those. But this is, the judge, the lawyer, the scientist, the mathematician, right? This is the person who analyzes. I would even go as far as to say the librarian, right? Like the person who knows, and they're examining this so that they can decipher what's going on in the background, because something is painful, and it's almost like that painful thing doesn't want to end, but it needs to. And so this is what we're coming to, right? The star is robbing the ability to heal, and giving confusion as to which way to go, right? If you follow the wrong star, you're not going to wind up at the destination that you intend to, or that you'd like to. What is this star in reverse? And again, I'm seeing the King of Swords here, I'm seeing the Knight of Swords here, and I'm seeing the star, this Aquarius energy. How does this affect the long term? How does this affect others? What is the idea behind this? Guys, 10 of Swords in reverse came out with that. I heard they did it again. You could have been trying to go for something or through something, made several tries at it, or again, like worked really hard at trying to get something done. And it was just, this isn't, the universe is trying to tell you, maybe this isn't the direction you're supposed to be going right now. There's information coming through. Knight of Swords energy. I feel like, that's how I feel. 7 of Pentacles. Now we have the 7 of Pentacles again in the upright with the 4 of Pentacles. Look at that. This talks about like four of Pentacles is holding on tightly to something, not letting it go. You know, the Seven of Pentacles, the investment made, working really hard on it. This talks about like getting messages about maybe somebody holding back, maybe somebody not wanting to be able to push through and invest as much as they need to. If you subtract this from this, you get that mastery of work. It might be what is being weighted on, but I'm hearing like weighted, like it feels heavy, right? And these messages coming through, information coming through about that. Who's holding on to what here? You know, I'm feeling like somebody's like trying to gather things for themselves, and someone else is trying to, you know, what am I doing? We're working for someone else to collect all the goods. What's that about? I'm hearing this is for everyone. Three of Cups, please. Three of Cups. High Priestess. Wow. Now I get that Pisces energy coming through here. Hidden secrets, things that we don't know about. Again, I'm hearing like conjuring, like it's like this energetic, you know, like one person can think of something, but two people is better. Three heads are even better than two. You know, you're like all these people thinking of things together, working hard. And there's this intuitiveness, this emotional intuitiveness, and things that aren't being said. It's like she knows everything. She's just not saying it. Right? And that could be what's happening here within this group of people, you know, trying to keep things quiet so that they can get accomplished. Like coming back together, maybe people have been not seeing this because they've been in their own places doing their own things. And when they come together, they can see that there's something going on in the background. Five of Pentacles. Like, again, what is being left out here? Well, who is being left out here? What is happening? I don't like this one much. Justice in the reverse. Guys, it feels like something or someone is putting the brakes on something, leaving someone out. Now, we need to really get into this next row and find out what's happening here, but it feels like an injustice. Like, again, you know, the further we get into this, it could be that this group of people is keeping someone out because they want to continue to try to manifest these things, like holding tight, not letting everybody in, not letting go of the thing, right? And there, again, there's like this karmic imbalance that's happening here, injustice. But like, this has happened again and again and again. And maybe you're sick of it. Maybe you're sick of it. And that's why you've lost your patience with it. Seven of Pentacles. What are you holding on to? What do you keep working at? Again, like following the wrong star. Are you going in the wrong direction? What is it that you need to be doing? She's kind of like going to go out into the world. I feel like there's this mutual like separation of, I heard appliances, but I'm thinking like applications. So however that resonates for you, you know, like moving things, they're pointing. These guys, if you guys look at the picture of the cards here, these guys are pointing at this 10 of, yeah. Or maybe this isn't the direction that you want to go. What is the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse, please, Spirit? Seven of Pentacles in the reverse, please. The Hermit again. Virgo energy again in the reverse. Now don't you worry, because it's coming out in the upright over here, but this is definitely losing the patience with something. This is definitely like, I'm not doing, am I supposed to be doing this all by myself here? If I've got to do this by myself here, I'm not doing it. Again, this is supposed to be a group effort here, you know, not seeing clearly the logic in continuing to invest in something. And again, not seeing the logic in pulling out of the investment. Right? It's like, can you do this alone? Can they do this alone? What is the premise behind that? What again, I feel like there's like a lot of There's a lot of facts, and they could be being used as emotional leverage. And that's making you feel like you are, in a space here where you shouldn't invest in something. We shouldn't, it's really a loss of patience. And I think here's the Tower, and look, it's like she knocked her coffee cup off on the floor right there. What's this Tower? It's shocking, it's surprising. Page of Swords. Now we got the Knight of Swords, the Page of Swords, and the King of Swords out. I'm telling you, communication. And this communication is, like I heard point blank, like, this is how it is, right? This is what's happening here. And it is a shock when this message comes through, when you deliver this to the other party, when the other party delivers this to you, however it works for you, right? It is so surprising. Are you serious? I heard, oh no, she didn't. Good for you. Yes, you did. And you should have, because this puts you back into the space. 15:51 on the clock here. 15:55 now. Separating from those bad contracts, making big changes, and being able to relax. Tell me about this Hermit. Tell me about this Hermit. You guys, thank you, Spirit. Confirmation. 8 of Cups. Absolutely. Absolutely. You've done this long enough, and you are ready to move on, go towards your emotional wishes and hopes and dreams. And look, the Queen of Cups in the reverse on the bottom. These are toxic. This is toxic. This is like not being able to follow your intuition because the information is skewed, right? Because the emotional ties to it are skewed. Both of these people are very selfish. Both of these people, the Queen of Cups in the reverse and the Knight of Cups in the reverse, are, here to get what they want out of something emotionally, and not maybe at the expense of others, not really caring what other people think about stuff. And like, there's a lot of love loss in this. And I think that that's why we have to look at things logically here, because it has to do with Pentacles energy. It has to do with manifestations. It has to do with where your time is spent. Tell me about this. Tell me about this Magician, please. And the Ace of Wands. What happened there? No. Tell me about this Magician, please. I'm seeing a fair-haired man. Oops. Dealings or relationships with a man with blonde, gray, or white hair. This could be you, or it could be someone else. Take it as it resonates. And we get nest, and emotionally secure, loving family is important to you. We can't make everybody happy all the time. We can't. And as long as the decisions that we're making and the things that we're doing are healthy for us and the people around us, then that's the best we could do. It feels like somebody is doing this to keep an even keel. Money path. A path with money on it is waiting for you. Coming out of that mystery is unlocked. There's probably a higher value to these things than you have anticipated. And other people have seen the value of the thing, and that's why there's this push to do this. Like, what are we holding on to? The King of Swords, making a decision about that. I like counting coins, right? 10 of Swords in the reverse with the Star in reverse. The Club. Someone will try to make you do something against your will. Confirmation. Thank you, Spirit. Work, achievements, and success. The Ant. And the Ant does talk about teamwork. It's not just you involved, right? Trying to make you do something against your will. Saying maybe it's for the betterment of the greater good of the whole here. But you're like, no, it's not, because you are part of the whole. And if it isn't as good for you as it is for everybody else, then and other people are, then you got to think about that. Knight of Swords Knight of Swords, 7 of Pentacles. 4 of Pentacles. What are they holding on to? This investment. May. The springtime we did, that was last month. Could be someone's name. Take it how it resonates. That's very specific. What about this High Priestess and these three of Cups here? These quiet illusions. I heard quiet illusions with this group of people. What is this, Spirit? Haystack, Carmel, you will reap what you have sown. Very, very interesting, especially with the Justice in the reverse right underneath that. And Broom, a new home, a new attitude. So, there's a very witchy element about this. And the keeping things clean, like keeping things clean underneath, it says seek out information that will help you. Interesting, coming out with the High Priestess. And again, it's that feeling of like, you know, home is where the heart is, right? Three of Cups. The people around. There's a lot to do with home. This said, emotional, loving family is important to you. This is new home and new attitude. You might be feeling like that's what you need to do now. Five of Pentacles with the Justice in reverse. So there is no justice here. You need to get on your way. It's like you're leaving them out as they're leaving you out. I think this is like a mutual decision here. And I don't think that either people are really getting what they need, because you are bringing so much to the table, and they're, you know, what they have to help the situation as well. And I think that that's why they're like, wait, what? Let me say. Five Pentacles and Justice in the reverse. Sun, happiness and well-being. You got to do this for you. Absolutely. Again, you are a part of the whole. What is the Hermit in the reverse and the Seven of the Pentacles in the reverse? Staff. You'll be taken care of in difficult times. Sounds like you don't have to worry about it. It's like your spirit guides are helping you along, giving you these insights, letting you see these things, and reminding you about your self-love, reminding you that you are an important part of this life, this aspect too. And I'm seeing the staff, and like the Hermit has a staff generally, even though he's not a wands, and my nose is itching really bad right now. So don't worry, you'll be taken care of. And I think that this Tower, when this message comes through and you're like, I've lost my patience with this, you know, shocking. You should accept valid criticism, and so should they. All right. Criticism is never really easy to take, right? And with the intention behind it, are they telling you this, or is someone criticizing something because an improvement needs to be made? I mean, I feel in this situation, improvements definitely need to be made. And I'm seeing this Cup, and what did we say about this Tower? We'll look what those two are in just a second, but look at that. The Cup and the Shattered Cup. It just really wasn't working that way. The analysis of the thing warranted some sort of criticism, right? Some sort of critique. So I went to college at art school, and every single time we had a project, when we finished it, we all sat around in class, put our pieces up, and critiqued them. And part of that was to be able to understand how to critique something, like gracefully and productively, right? Like, I don't like that. I just don't like red. You used a lot of red. I just don't like that color. Well, that is not productive, you know. I don't feel that red is the color that is projecting the feeling that you're trying to get across. I really like how that red is talking to that other bit of red there. These are the types of things that we would do. And so it's about, yes, being able to constructively critique something, but it's also about being able to listen to those things that your classmates are telling you, that your peers are saying, you know, and take it with a grain of salt, take it with the intention for improvement, and not get angry at the thing. Like, it's like a very humbling process, but it was one of the most valuable things that I learned in school, by far, bar none. And that I think that part of that lesson is here. Beryl came out with a little pack right here that came out with it. It says, you feel something lacking in your life, perhaps money, love, or goods. Oh, it says goals, but I'm saying goods, like something. Is it the good? Scales, keep your life in balance. Again, regaining that karmic balance, putting things back where they should be, so that everything is weighted fair. pin a new job or a new career. Look at that. Moving on to the next, moving on to the better thing here. What's needed? Okay. What is the Hermit and the Eight of Cups? Where are they going? It's like, yes, this feels like such a relief, and now you can relax, right? I'm dropping everything today. And what did I drop? Oh, broken bridge, unsuccessful outcome to a problem. Fall on the floor. It says empty chair. Someone is leaving your life, and great luck and good fortune. Well, look at that. It wasn't working out the way that it maybe was supposed to, and that you had intended, that maybe, you know, sometimes these things just don't, and we learn a lot from it. What needs to go? What needs to happen? How did those things affect, the mechanism? What can we do to improve it so that we can do better next time? And that's what's happening here, is like, this was unsuccessful. Things need to be moved forward. You are the empty chair in their world, and they are the empty chair in your world. And I think that you are absolutely fine with that, because you're like, good, now I can get back to myself. And what comes to you? Good luck and good fortune. Look, on the bottom of this, it says, do not back down from opposition. So show strength and fortitude. Okay? So keep that in mind at all times. Do not back down. Keep going, and in a peaceful way, right? It doesn't feel like it's it just feels like enough is enough, and it's actually, sorry. That's kind of loud. It's right above the mic. It feels like a relief to you. All right, ancestors, spirits, guides. What would you like us to know? What information can you tell us? And I'm gonna pull a OM 2. What have we got here? Grow belonging. Look at that. Grow belonging. What you're manifesting and growing, belonging in a place. And the Iris is the goddess of rainbows. Right? And I'm thinking of course, Pride Month, but also the spectrum. And how do those things separate into their own categories? And they all belong in the white light, right? But they all have their own individual characteristics. Look, release expectations. And I think that's what really has kind of blocked up everything here, because different people had different expectations for things, and for the way that this was working. And I think that it made everybody, you know, expectations are reservations for resentment. I'm going to say that again. Expectations are reserving a space for you in the future to resent something. So by releasing those expectations, you also release that potential for resentment. Tell shame to suck it. Yeah, absolutely. Don't feel bad about this. There ain't nothing to be ashamed of here. Doing your thing and doing it beautifully, right? Not feel like this is just how it goes and how it went. Look, oh, bring your monster flowers. Bring your monster flowers. It's okay, anger. I understand why you're here. It's okay, sadness. I appreciate you showing me how you feel. What you are. Absolutely. Absolutely. Look at that. I'm like, I feel like, you know, bringing, like, having this I saw this dinner party, and it was like expectations for resentment, right? Like, or reservations for resentment, right? So it's like party of 2, party of 3, and bringing flowers to that resentment and saying, like, I'm sorry, I had that expectation. Oh, ancestor spirits. There's one flipped over already. Okay. Ancestor spirits, guys. What message would you like to leave us with for this reading? What would you like to tell us here? And look, it is the gorse. It is the gorse. On number 17. In the upright. Thank goodness. The gorse. Honeybee. Magpie with its eye for shiny gold treasure. The guides Lou, Persephone, the maiden aspect of the goddess, the letter O, chieftain. Lu is here. Thank you, Spirit. Lu is the god of light. Okay. Fulfillment and abundance, sweetness, hope, persistence. Ooh. Links in the inner and outer worlds, gathering together what you need to ensure progress. The own Furs Gorse is all about fulfillment and abundance. We are encouraged to share what we have with others and to practice sweetness in our lives. The day before the spring equinox is often called the Day of the Gorse. Persephone returns to her mother Demeter, and new growth begins a whole new cycle. The gorse, or furs, continuously bloom with bright yellow golden flowers that represent hopefulness. This plant differs from the broom in that it has sharp thorns. It is a persistent bush that can grow almost anywhere. Thus, our attitude of gratitude and appreciation can be applied to any situation as well. Its connection to the god Lu and his bright light of inspiration brings a fire aspect to this Oum. The Oum for this bush is On, the letter O. Furs Gorse in a reading represents abundance. Its hallmark is the generosity you are encouraged to share what you have with others now. Giving is the best way to receive. It's all about sweetness. How do you create the nectar of honey in your life? Cultivate an atmosphere of light and cooperation. Work with others to create good. This is the perfect time to give gratitude for what you have and to count your blessings. Be willing to stand as a light for others at this time. Share your illumination. Besides the renewal of promise of spring equinox, Gorse links the inner and outer worlds. This link is a doorway through which we receive abundance and love and maintain connection with the mysteries that keep our hope alive, no matter what trials or tribulations come this way. This bush suggests you develop the skill of collecting. You are gathering around you what you need to reach your goal or destination. You are collecting what you need to reap results. Like a magpie who is attracted to golden treasures, you too are gathering together what is valuable to aid you in your pursuits. Consider what you are creating, what you are collecting about you. Do you cultivate sweetness or distress and drama? If you have a goal, collect good people around you for support. Gorse ensures fertility and the renewal of the life force. You are connected to vision and inspiration. It's a time of new ideas and plans. Keep the golden hue of hope. Persist with faith. Guys, I'm telling you, I just want to almost put this little guy here too. A little bit of luck since we're going Irish. Place a golden flower in a vase to remind you of what is good. Oh my goodness, this is what we did. Oh, thank you, Spirit. I love you, Spirit. Gather what you need to move towards your goals. If you were depressed or burnt out, it is essential that you seek help and relief. If you find yourself manic or out of control, seek help for balance and inner equilibrium. Wow. Wow. I am the Furs Gorse bush. There is no month in which I do not retain my blooms. I am a needle-bearing evergreen. I am here to remind you that you too are evergreen and everlasting. I encourage you to be ever-blooming as well. Share your abundance and gifts with the world. I link the outer worlds and the inner worlds with the promise of fulfillment and joy. Consider what it is that you must collect in order to manifest your goals and aspirations. Do you need love, support, and encouragement? Or do you need actual physical help? Ask for what you need and collect that what will aid you. Write down your goals and aspirations and imagine the color of my blooms flowing onto the page. Allow my bright yellow gold to saturate you with hope and faith. I will help you attract a combination of positive forces and possibilities into your life right here, right now. If you find me, take some of my branches home and make a broom and sweep away the confusion, obstacles, old patterns that no longer serve. Sweep away the barren time of winter and sweep in the new beginnings of spring. Life is indeed precious, and this is the most joyful time of year. Return to your youth. May you be a woman or a man. Return to innocence. Your sweetness attracts good things. And so it is. Wow. How much do we love that? Especially with this. Taking care of yourself, bringing back that sweetness, gathering around you the things that you need, right? What you don't need is expectations. What you do need is loving support, right? I think, look at how funny. Bring your monster flowers, and this is this ever-blooming gorse. Beautiful. I hope that was helpful. I hope that you got something out of it. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for remembering to hit like and subscribe, because it really does help the channel, and I really do appreciate it. And thank you for coming back and seeing us again next time. Bye.
Transformation in 3, 2, 1.